Have you ever felt like your small actions don't make a difference? Let me tell you a story about Nickie, a woman who proved that small beginnings can lead to big changes. Nickie lived in a simple apartment in a bustling town. Like many of us, she had a small balcony that wasn't really used for anything. It just sat there, collecting dust and noise from the busy street below. Life was tough. Her job paid just enough to get by, and with food prices constantly on the rise, fresh, healthy vegetables were becoming a luxury she could barely afford. One evening, scrolling through her phone, Nickie stumbled upon an article about growing vegetables in small spaces. An idea sparked. She didn't have a yard or any farming experience, but she had one thing: a small, empty balcony and a growing curiosity. So she decided to give it a try. She started with the basics: a few packets of seeds, some soil, and a collection of recycled containers, old buckets, plastic bottles, anything she could find. She planted spinach, tomatoes, and herbs, dreaming of fresh meals. At first, it was a struggle. Some plants withered under the sun, others simply refused to grow. There were many moments when Nickie felt discouraged, wondering if she was just wasting her time and money. But instead of giving up, she chose to learn. She dug into books, watched countless online videos, and kept trying. Every morning before work, and every evening when she got home, she tended to her little garden. Slowly but surely, her balcony began to transform. Patches of green started to peek through the soil. The once dull space started to feel alive. And then, the moment she'd been waiting for, her very first harvest. It wasn't much, just a handful of vegetables. But to Nickie, it was everything. She began cooking with produce she had grown with her own 2 hands. Not only did she save money, but her meals were healthier, and a feeling of pride swelled inside her. Her neighbors started to notice. Some were curious, asking her questions about her green oasis. Others scoffed, saying that farming belonged in the countryside, not in an apartment building. Nickie just smiled and kept nurturing her plants. Before long, her balcony was overflowing with vibrant, healthy vegetables. The curiosity of her neighbors grew. One day, a neighbor hesitantly asked for some advice. Then another came, asking for seeds. Nickie happily shared what she had: her knowledge, her extra seeds, and even some soil. And then something amazing happened. One by one, other balconies on the street began to change. Dull, empty spaces started to fill with green. Neighbors who had never exchanged a word before were now chatting about their plants. Kids got involved, eagerly helping to water the vegetables. The whole street started to feel different, more connected, more alive. But Nickie never set out to change her community. She just wanted to solve a personal problem: how to eat better on a tight budget. But her quiet consistency and simple action inspired a wave of change. Her story teaches us a powerful lesson. You don't need grand plans or perfect conditions to make an impact. Sometimes all it takes is starting with what you have, right where you are. By focusing on improving her own life, Nickie unknowingly inspired everyone around her. She didn't change the world, but she completely transformed her street. And in a world that can often feel overwhelming, changing your small corner of it can be the most powerful thing you do. So if you ever feel stuck or powerless, remember Nickie and her balcony garden. A single, small space became a source of food, connection, and hope for an entire community.